armed people in the army are steadfast.
In what sense are you steadfast, Major General? With the people? Are you with the people or are you with Gaddafi?
I was with him in the past, but the situation has changed. He's a tyrant. I've heard him in his speech. We're not separate. We're not secessionists. We're not asking for separation.
And so have you resigned your commission in the army to fight with the people?
I have my soldiers, and we're steadfast, all of us, and we're supporting the people here.
How will you support them in practical terms? What will you do to help them?
And now we're forming security committees for preserving security in Tobruk. We're also helping people, also defending them and protecting the people. We are defending them.
How many soldiers, Major General, do you have who are now loyal to you and no longer support Gaddafi? How many soldiers do you have?
It's difficult to give the number. It's difficult to give the number of the soldiers here.
Oh, I can't.
What I want to say, that we're supporting the people. We're supporting the Libyan people. And the soldiers, the civilians, are all hand in hand. We're against any aggressions. And I'll give you some important piece of news.
Did you hear me, please?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Hello? هل تسمعني?
Major General, you were saying you were going to give us some important news.
Something happened today at 10:30. There's a colonel pilot, Abdussalam Al-Abdi. He left his aeroplane, actually. And he bailed out of the airplane. He jumped out with his parachute.
General, can I ask you this question? Before you decided to be on the side of the people, did you receive orders to shoot at them?
No, there were no demonstrations in Tobruk. It happened in Benghazi, actually. My wife and children in Benghazi, and I heard it from friends, from the telephone. Is a genocide in Benghazi, using artillery and airstrikes and machine guns. And a battalion took part in that. They were wiped out by the demonstrators themselves. When I saw those events on the 20th and announced from the mosque that I'm joining the revolutionaries in the new revolution against this tyrant, against the division.
It's the right ingredients and just the right amount. It's 729 layers and several well-spent hours.
My father is from a tribe in the east, and my mother from Misrata.
And sorry, I had you turned up. I didn't hear a thing.
And they're all actually fighting against this tyrant.
General, let me ask you this question.
Hello.
Do you believe in other parts of Libya that the army is on the side of Gaddafi or on the side of the people?
The units in Benghazi, the special forces led by some generals, but the Minister of Interior has joined actually the revolutionaries. The brigade, Khalija and others as well, have carried out a giant, important work against the battalion in Tobruk and supporting the people of Benghazi, who represents all sectors of the people. Benghazi represents actually the society, the Libyan society, soldiers and everybody from the east to the west. They are under fire from the machine guns and under fire from the aircraft. That was an important reason for me to join my people and to the fighters to fight this regime.
All right, that's Major General Suleiman Mahmoud, commander of the army in Tobruk, saying that he and his soldiers were no longer loyal to Muammar Gaddafi, but were now on the side of the people. And in Tobruk, it was all peaceful. It's just past the top of the hour. David Foster with you here on Al Jazeera. Live update of events in Libya. These are the latest developments. It's reported that protesters have taken control of the city of Misurata for the first time. A witness says 6 people were killed and 200 were injured in fighting there. Italy's foreign minister, seen here on another occasion with Muammar Gaddafi, says the reports of 1,000 people killed in Libya are to be believed. Franco Frattini's ministry expects up to 300,000 Libyan refugees to reach Italy. And he also says Gaddafi's lost his grip in the east, where Tobruk, Beda and Dana are all reported to be under the protesters' control. Libyan soldiers in the east have told Reuters they no longer back Gaddafi, and we've just heard from the commander of the army in Tobruk that that is the case. OK, the very latest developments with this report from Lawrence Lee.
Muammar Gaddafi may have used his famous Green Book in his address to threaten protesters with death, but in the town of Tobruk, this is what they think of it. Pictures like this serve to demonstrate the standoff that's now holding in Libya. The people of the uprising say victory will be theirs. Gaddafi remains immune to pressure.
I will not leave the country, and I will die as a martyr at the end.
Everywhere it's tense, the situation fluid. This is the town of Misurata in western Libya, which has reportedly fallen to the opposition. If these new pictures are accurate, then they would seem to bear that out. But the country remains split. This video purports to show the aftermath of fighting on the streets of Tripoli between pro- and anti-Gaddafi forces. It's been widely reported from the capital and Benghazi that gangs of yellow-hatted militia have been given free rein to move house to house in the hunt for the opposition. Yet in Benghazi, people say it's relatively quiet and some of the fear has gone.